Alright. Alright, good morning everyone. Today is the 31st day of May 2013. It's Friday, the last day of May. Well, we did it. We exceeded $6,000 a contract for the month of May. We ended the month of May with a gross of $6,292.50. We had a pretty good day today compared to the last 2 days. We ended the last 2 days up, but just a little on each day. You can see it took us forever to get our 2 points the last 2 days. Today it took us 17 minutes and 3 trades. And at the time, we were up $110 a contract. We placed a total of 15 trades today. And in that, we ended plus 12 ticks on soybeans, plus 7 ticks on the Russell, plus 8 ticks on crude oil, plus 10 ticks on gold, and plus 4 ticks on copper. Okay, the total gain on the day per contract was $450. Okay, so if you look back here at the month of May, you can see that gold was our big winner for the month of May, followed by crude oil, closely followed by the Russell, and then soybeans. All right, the other markets, copper for the most part, copper and corn. We ended up gaining a total of $232.50 per unit. If you look over here in the month of May, we placed 119 trades, getting our 2 points each day. We averaged just about 6 trades a day, getting our 2 points. When I say 2 points, I mean $100 a contract. Okay, we averaged just about 6 trades a day doing that, which does seem like a lot. The average amount that we were at, since we're just dealing with averages, the average amount that we were at, let's see, 2847 divided by 21, the average daily total that we had was $135 a contract. Okay, the average daily total at the time that we got our 2 points was $135 a contract. Our average daily total overall was, let's do that. We bumped it up over $300 today, but our average daily total overall, $62.92 divided by 21. Oh, no, we didn't. It was $299.61. So our average daily total per contract was roughly $300, or the equivalent of 6 points. RG, some people are doing better than that. Actually, people should be doing better than I do. You know that? Because I'm trading 8 different markets and answering questions from over 100 people while I'm trading. And I'm still able to do this. I suggest that, the new partners that come in, I don't suggest that they try to do what I do. They try to do the trade setup that I'm doing. They use the same trade setup, but don't try to trade as many markets as I'm trading. Pick 1 or 2 and focus on that. We had guys this morning, it took me 17 minutes to get my 2 points, and we had guys this morning that had their 2 points in a couple of minutes. I recommend that you focus on 1 or 2 markets, pick that, and just trade until you get your goal. That's what I recommend to everyone. Okay, it's really pretty straightforward. We do the same thing over and over and over and over again. All right, I'm going to slide this off. So 6292.5, we raised the bar. That's almost $1,000. It's $900 exactly more than we had last month. $900 a contract more than we had last month. So that's going to be tough to beat in June. And June's only got 30 days in it. That's going to be tough to beat in June. But we'll do what we can. All right, I'm going to slide that off, and I'll get into the trades now. It is 12:36. Let me jump right into crude oil. Okay. Well, that's per contract. RG, that's per contract. So if you had 2 contracts on, 12 grand. But anyway, let's not get into that, because you have to learn to trade first. You have to learn to trade what we're doing. And let's see here. Sliding back. All right, these were the trades that we took on crude oil. We didn't take a ton of trades on crude. I think they were all winning trades. No, 1 break even. 2 break evens. 2 break evens. All right. The first trade that we took was a close above the trend line right here. Okay, we took a trade right in there, close above the trend line, took 4 ticks profit on that trade. We missed some trades here as it was moving down. We missed some trades here as it was moving up. You can see. We grabbed the trade right in here. We got long and we ended up taking a break even. We took another 4 ticks profit on this one over here, and it looked like it was bottoming out right here. It needed to break down below this level right here. Okay, and it finally did over here.
I don't normally break in. I don't normally break in when you're doing the recording, but I wanted to say something real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Go right ahead.
It's my party.
Go right ahead. It's your party.
No, here. I was typing in a message to someone, and I thought, you know what? It's better to just say this. That way, everybody can hear it. The purpose, guys, of what we do is not so that you can come and follow Michael and make whatever money he makes. That would be so short-sighted. Okay. The purpose of what we do, everything is designed for this one purpose, that you learn how to do it yourself. That's why we trade live in real time in front of you. See, a lot of the educational places out there in the mentor, they don't trade in real time in front of you. We do that specifically so that you can learn how to do it yourself. Because someday Michael might not want to do this anymore. God forbid something should happen to him or me or whoever your mentor or teacher or guru is. If they've not taught you how to do what they do, well, I don't know, maybe that wasn't what they set out to do. See, it all depends, I guess, upon the mission. You know, some folks' mission is there are trade calling services, okay, which can serve you well until that service no longer calls the trade. And then where are you, okay? So however you're getting your daily bread right now, how are you going to get it tomorrow? Think about that. What you want to do, and this isn't a pitch to come and learn with us. I'm just trying to give you some good advice. Go get an education somewhere. We'd love for you to come and get it with us, but you got to learn how to do this on your own. You got to be able to look at a chart, see the setup, know when to get in, and know when to get out. Once you know that, nobody can ever take it away from you. All right. Here, guys, take this soapbox. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Michael. Back to you.
All right, back to me. Now, that said, Dwayne and I have been together for 8 years, and we don't plan on going anywhere. You know, it's actually just getting really fun. It's right. I mean, he's right. You do need to learn to do this on your own. You know, I love doing what I do. You know, it's great. I just love doing what I do. And I know a lot of people would like to do what I do. I mean, minus the whole teaching and training part of it, but just the trading part, you know, where you just sit there and trade. I love doing what I do. It's what I've wanted to do, and it's what I've been doing for a very long time. All right, so we're not going anywhere, but the idea is for you to learn how to trade on your own. Okay. That's why we have the 3-month mentoring program, so you can learn to trade on your own. And I do recommend that you don't do exactly what I'm doing as far as, you know, jumping around all the different markets and trying to answer questions from 100 people and all that sort of stuff. I would recommend that you, I would recommend that, as I said, you pick a market or two and focus on that. You know, we had one of our partners yesterday in the partners meeting last night. He had said that, you know, he was embarrassed to say what his results were because he traded from 6 to 9 Pacific time, and he took every single trade set up in gold and crude that came along in at time frame. Every single trade set up that he thought he saw, and I think he was down 31 ticks in gold and up 100 and I don't remember how many, it was around 120 or 140 ticks or something like that in crude oil. So his net was, I think it was plus $780 a contract or something like that. Or his gross, I should say, was plus $780 a contract. That's what we want to see you guys doing. All right. Now, and he was taking every single trade that came along. You don't have to take every single trade. As a matter of fact, if he would have stopped earlier on, he had probably been up more than that at some point during the day, and could have stopped earlier. I mean, today I traded 5 markets. I traded gold, crude oil, soybeans, the Russell, and copper, and I ended up plus $450 a contract. Mind you, I traded about a third the number of trades that he traded yesterday. But if I would have kept going, and if I would have taken every trade, I'm sure I would have been way up. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into the actual trades that I did take. All right, the crude oil here, we took a break even here. We missed a long right there. We took a break even there, and I started doing nothing. All right, so we ended up plus 8 ticks on crude. 2 break even trades and 2 plus 4 tick trades is what we got. All right, let me jump here. Let me answer that and jump over here from crude into the Russell. Now the Russell and the ES were on opposite sides of weekly trading zones this morning. So for most of the morning, that made them pretty much untradeable. Okay. And I was just reading RG's comment. Okay, for most of the morning that made them untradeable. I took a trade right here, but I didn't realize it was a zone right below us, and I ended up losing that trade. And then I realized it was a zone because I don't short into weekly trading zones like that, and I don't go long into them like I didn't over here. I ended up losing 8 ticks on that, and I was down 8 ticks on the Russell for most of the morning because of that. Now I had missed a trade here, and I had missed a trade here. This one, there was just enough room to take it into the zone so you could get some profit before it gets there. But I was down 8 ticks most of the morning because of that. Then we got over here, and I picked up another, what did I end up? Yeah, I picked up over here, I think 14 ticks profit on this. That got me back positive on the, I think it was 14 ticks, wasn't it? The Russell. Yeah, that got me back positive on this. And then I took this trade right here. I think I got 1 tick profit on that. Okay, so that got me to plus 7 ticks on the soybeans. Not soybeans, on the Russell. That was all I did. You know, the Russell and the ES were mostly untradeable this morning because they're on opposite sides of the weekly trading zone. And they were right at the zone on opposite sides. Now, gold was, again, the first trade that I took today was gold, and it was a losing trade. So I started out the day, again, 3 days in a row with a losing trade on gold. You'd think I'd learn. But anyway, we missed this nice long trade right here on gold, and then we took the follow-up right here, and it stopped us out for minus 8 ticks. I missed a short over here. I missed a short in here. Both very nice trades right there. Easily could have got my money back on those. And then the market just went a little nutty right here for a few minutes. This was when Chicago PMI was released early. Okay, and it went a little bit nutty in here. And so I waited. I didn't trade anything in here because we had Chicago PMI coming out in here, and then we had inflation expectations and some other thing coming out of Chicago at 9:55. So I waited and waited and waited. Then I jumped in here. I took a little short, and I got break even, or I might have even gotten 1 tick profit, but I think I got a break even on that. Can I go into detail on divergence? I can. Divergence is when the green line down here in the slingshot is moving away from the cycle portion of the slingshot. Okay, the green line is moving away from the cycle. It's diverging from the direction of the cycle. Okay, like it is right here in this spot. Now, in this particular instance, I had circled up here, but the actual trade entry was right there on that up close. Okay, either way, I missed it. But the actual trade entry was there because it pulled down, tested the BBC, and gave an up close with bullish divergence and a blue cycle. Okay. Okay. So it was pretty straightforward. Let's see. I missed that one in there. I guess there weren't any more in here that we could have taken. I did take this. I ended up taking a break even on that. I took this. I missed this. There was a nice trade right here again off the BBC. Up close off the BBC. There was one right here, a long trade that I took here. Looks like I took a little profit on, and then I took a pretty good chunk of profit on this one. I think I took 11 ticks profit on this one over here. So that got me back up out of the that brought me positive on gold. I ended up plus 10 ticks on gold. I took another one over here. This brought me to plus 7, and I took a 3-tick profit on this trade over here that brought me to plus 10. Okay, but I missed this one on the short side, this one on the long side, this one on the long side, this one on the long side, and then everything that happened in here during the break. So either way, we ended up positive on gold. As a matter of fact, we were positive on everything we traded today. Everything we traded. We didn't trade the NQ, so I'm going to skip that, and I'll jump into soybeans. All right, because it's 12:48. The host of the show was verbose. All right, we have an up close above the trend line right here. Okay, this was our first trade on the soybeans this morning. I took 12 ticks profit on that trade, and guess what? That's where I ended up, with 12 ticks profit on soybeans. See that? 12 ticks. We took a break even on this trade, we took a break even on this trade, and we took a break even on this trade. All those trades break even. I missed this one on the soybeans right here, and then it changed directions, and I wasn't looking at it. So that was the soybeans this morning. Let's see, what else did we trade? I didn't really even look at the NQ this morning. Sorry, I just didn't, because the indexes were all messed up. Yeah, RG, yeah. Well, it's good that you feel the emotion when you're trading in Sim, because you want it to be just like it's going to be when you're trading in a live account. All right. No, I'm trading in a live account, but I don't get bothered so much by the emotion, because when I sit down every day, and I say this from time to time, but when I come in here to my office and I sit down at my desk and I start trading, every single day I know exactly what I'm going to do. Every single day. I never hesitate. I never question. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Every single day. There's no question at all. I'm just going to sit down. I'm going to trade the way I trade, and the way I trade is clearly defined. I do it the same exact way every day, and that's why I don't really get emotional. Like the last couple of days, it stunk to be down as much as I was. Wednesday, I was down $360 a contract after 4 trades, and I didn't like that. That's not a good feeling. But I wasn't that concerned. My only concern was that I wasn't going to be able to get out of, I wasn't going to be able to get positive $100 a contract by the end of the 2 hours. That was my only concern. I wasn't concerned at all about whether I could end the day positive. I was concerned about whether I could end the morning session positive. That was my thing. The one down day that we had this year, let me bring my spreadsheet back up. The one down day that we had this year was back in February, and on this day. And we ended the morning session at minus $80 a contract. And in 20 minutes after the morning session closed, before the afternoon session opened, the morning session ends at 11:30. In that 20 minutes, I made I don't remember exactly, but I want to say I made like $300 a contract in that 20 minutes. And so we ended up positive on the day. It was just in the morning session I wasn't able to get it back up in the green. That was our down day this year. So, that's what you have to get to, and that's what we try to get everybody to. When you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it should be boring, really. Yes, that was my one down day. I had 3 days where I didn't make 2 points. Well, I had 4 days where I didn't make 2 points, but 1 day where I was actually negative after the live trading room. And we were minus $80 a contract on that. No, Rick, I don't. The goal is to get in, make your money, then take care of business. That's it. And business could be your family. It could be anything else that you do. For me, it's a lot of it is taking care of, our partners and stuff like that. All right. So where was I? What market was I on? Did I do copper? I didn't do copper yet. I did soy. Oh, I didn't. Did I do soybeans? I did soybeans. I did crude oil. I did gold. I did the Russell. I didn't do copper. On copper, I only placed one trade on copper, and I took 4 ticks profit on it. They were just as we were closing the morning session. I had highlighted a couple spots in here on copper that we totally missed. But this was the one trade I took this morning on copper. I took a short right in here, and I took 4 ticks profit down here. All right, that is what I did. Let's see. That's pretty much it, guys. Now I wanna recommend to everybody who's in here who was on our free trial. If you want to become a partner and do all that kind of stuff, and you don't know how, then send us a quick email at support@cfrn.net. All right, support@cfrn.net. We have we'll respond to you. We'll get your response right away, and we'll let you know what you got to do to become a partner. Okay, if you've taken the trial in the past and you want to become a partner, again, just email us support@cfrn.net. You could also call me if you want. You can call me at 949-423-6464. It's 949-423-6464. Leave a voicemail. If we can't pick up, just leave a voicemail and we'll get back to you. Okay? Okay. That, I think, is where I'm going to wrap it up. All right? We hit 2 goals this month. One was just to beat last month's total, which we did. But then once we were ahead of it, we were ahead of it last week, and the beginning of last week we were ahead of it, and then the goal was to hit 6,000 this month, and we didn't actually do that until today. We started off the day today. We were at $5,842.50 today is where we were, and that's where we started, and the goal was to get up above 6,000. I could have stopped this morning when I got there, but I was kind of in a roll, and the markets were flowing pretty nicely, so we kept going. And that's it, guys. Once you got to get over the fear, you got to get over the indecision, you got to get over the hesitation. You come in, you sit down at your desk, turn your computer on. I just leave mine on, but you sit down at your desk, turn your computer on, and do the same thing. Just do the same thing over and over and over. We haven't changed it. We've added some pretty cool stuff, but we haven't changed anything. All these paint bars, the black and orange that you see in here, that's not a new thing. That's just an easier way to see what we already have. Okay? It's not like it's a new indicator that we dreamed up out of some crazy combination or some other thing that we threw in there that you don't see behind the scenes. All this is just an easier way for you to see what is on the screen already. These lines, all these lines going in one direction, all these lines going in another direction, or just a certain number of these lines, four of these lines. In this case, I have it set to 4. So if 4 of these lines are going in the same direction, it's gonna change in that direction. Well, and you close on the other side of the black line. That's it. That's it. All right. Gonna wrap it up, guys. It's 12:56, and I'm sure David's probably a little eager to get on here so he can get his weekend started as well. All right. If anybody has any questions, I've given you my phone number, or you can email us at support@cfrn.net. All right. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.